Hello people, this is Samiksha from ASSC, continuing our Study Abroad Gyan series where we discuss the most important and practical aspects of studying abroad that Indian students, parents must understand before taking this decision. One word that excites students instantly and confuses them just quickly is scholarship. For some, if it sounds like a shortcut, for others it feels like the only way to study abroad is possible. But the reality of scholarship lies somewhere between expectations and planning. And that's exactly what today's episode is about. Joining us today once again is our founder director Mr. Amit Gore. Our listeners have already heard his insights in earlier episode where he helps students understand study abroad decisions beyond trends and assumptions. In today's episode, Amit sir joins us to bring clarity, realism to one of the most misunderstood topic in international education, scholarship for study abroad. What they really mean, how they work and how students should plan around them. Welcome sir.
Thank you Samiksha. Thanks a lot.
Okay sir. Now we can start with our discussion questions. Sir, to start with the most basic question, are there scholarships available for students who want to study abroad?
Yes, there are ample of scholarships available for students, those who aspire to study abroad in various countries, various destinations. You want me to tell some forms of scholarships now?
Yes.
Depends on the university, specifically where you are going. There are myriad number of scholarships which are offered. Some scholarships are specifically titled as international student scholarships. That means they are dedicated to all the international students who come from different countries to that particular university. Some scholarships you can call as ambassador scholarships, where you can be a female ambassador scholarship, means for the girls. There are sports ambassador scholarships for the sportsmen. There are also scholarships for certain communities or certain races, certain caste. So these scholarships are also given by particular universities. Now even certain countries, they also offer a lot of scholarships to incoming international students. Countries like UK, Ireland, the government has a lot of scholarship schemes. Even Germany has a lot of scholarships with the name of DAD.de, DAD scholarships for Germany. So you mean to say every country where students go for studies, there are some forms of scholarships which are available for desired students.
Okay, so then what are the different forms of scholarship that should students know about, such as merit-based, need-based, government scholarship and university scholarships?
Yes, a student, when he or she applies to a particular nation or particular university specifically, they should look at firstly the merit-based scholarships, because merit-based scholarships are something the chances are very high that an international student will get one. Merit means whatever academic performance a student has from India, his marks basically. Apart from marks, his other achievements, mainly in the research arena or maybe in sports arena or maybe some other places in our own country. So that is a merit-based scholarships, how good you are in merit as compared to others, those who are applying for your university or those who are getting selected for that university.
Okay.
Next to merit-based, there are scholarships like need-based scholarships, which are mostly given to domestic students generally in that country. But some universities are generous enough for need-based international scholarships also. Then there are a lot of government scholarships. As I already told you, my answer one, that government of Ireland, for example, Irish government scholarships, they are given and the numbers are quite huge. Good number of students, they get these scholarships. And plus there are some community scholarships or sports scholarships which we're talking about. So every student has to look around which scholarships are offered for my program or my department where I'm going to study, and those scholarships students can get. Also there are research scholarships which are also called as research assistantships in countries like US, Germany, Canada, where students assist professors in the research. So those research scholarships are also very high. If you especially go for a research program, even in UK there are programs like MRES, Masters by Research. If you opt for this program, your chances of research scholarships are also high. So mostly merit-based scholarships and research scholarships are something which Indian students rather aspire for and get as well.
Okay. Now the most important questions, the myth every students have then in mind. Many students assume scholarship covers everything.
Yes. Scholarships generally does not cover everything for a particular university, but it can cover up to say 50 or 60% of your tuition. Because I have noticed many of my students, good students, they have received these forms of scholarships. I will give the examples as well. In UK, there is a university called Liverpool, a very famous university, a Russell Group University, and recently I had a student whose tuition was reduced almost by 60% because he got two forms of scholarships there. One was a departmental scholarship which was given by his department, and second was a international student scholarship which is offered by the university overall. So both these scholarships together, the tuition was almost less than 60%. Many such cases I have with me. But yes, your question whether it will cover the full tuition fee, I will not say it is impossible or it's but it's rare because universities generally tend to offer scholarships to many students rather than offering to only few students. Suppose I am a university and I have to give total scholarship funds of 1 lakh pounds. So I will not give it to 5 students, 20,000 pounds each. So that will cover the full tuition fees. I will either give 5,000 to 20 students. So I will have 20 students getting that scholarship. So universities are generally interested in increasing numbers of scholarship rather than amounts always. So even that is the reason that international student will not cover the full tuitions. But yes, there are some students, especially if you go for a research program for that reason, if you're a researcher, then you might get a full 100% scholarships. But otherwise, or if you have got exceptional merit or exceptional ability from India, you show that, okay, I have done something which is extraordinary. And then I get a scholarship. Some sports scholarships are fully funded. So you get full scholarships. If you apply for a PhD program, okay, that is doctorate program mainly in countries like America or European countries like Germany or Sweden, then those programs give you 100% scholarships. I have many students, they went for PhD in last many years and they got fully funded. Okay, but for masters and undergrad, I have not seen many students getting it.
Okay, so can we say on a general basis that scholarship is just a part of studying abroad, not a overall like it cover entire the cost?
It will not cover entire cost, but yeah, it will reduce the cost by a marginal amount.
So it is a part of it.
Part of it, and so that will encourage students to study because their burden is reduced.
Okay, students often come across the term bursaries. What exactly bursaries, and are they same as scholarships?
I think you're talking about bursaries.
Yeah.
And bursaries is basically a term which is seen in UK and in some Commonwealth countries, like India is one of the Commonwealth countries. So bursaries are a scholarship amount, or you can say fund amount given to specific group of students. Okay, so it can be a group which is economically backward or socially backward or handicapped or something like that. So that bursary is specifically given to that group of students to uplift them, uplift the entire community or uplift the entire group of people. So we have seen a lot of bursaries being offered by UK universities. Even nowadays there are bursaries. As far as possible, international students are concerned, yes, there are bursaries even for international students. But again, as I told in the first answer, that its scholarships are not covering full cost. Bursaries also will not cover the full cost of it. But yeah, bursaries will also be a funding additional to the scholarships. If you happen to be in that group and you believe that, okay, I may qualify for this, you may apply. But I have not seen bursaries in European other nations and all. UK, yes, I have seen many students applying for bursaries. Yeah.
Okay. So sir, what are the need-based scholarships and how they are different from merit-based scholarships?
Yes, need-based scholarship is basically you have a merit, but you cannot, you have a capability to getting inside the university, but because of your financial condition or your family's financial circumstances, you are not able to pay the fees, and that's the reason you are not able to go to that particular university. So the university decides that, okay, this student is really having a need, and they give you need-based scholarships.
Okay.
Now here one thing is very important. In America, I have seen there are need-based scholarships given by every university, especially for the undergrad students. Many students ask me that, okay, shall I apply for the need-based scholarships? So here I want to just highlight that mostly the need-based scholarships are offered to the domestic students over international students. Because, for example, if you are having a financial need in India, so why you are applying to US? You can apply to India also, because India is one of the developed nation and India has so many good universities to study. So why student is not studying in India? And Indian government gives a lot of need-based scholarships in our country. So that is a question a US government or US people will ask, that what extraordinary you have that you come to us and we give you need-based scholarship where we have our own students. But that doesn't mean that need-based scholarship is not at all given to international students. It is given for again certain students, those who are exceptionally well, they are accepted in top universities of America, and then they prove that their families are not capable of funding them. I have seen a student where he lost both of his parents in an accident. So that student could prove easily that he is in need because he is not having his parents and he is just staying in asylum or like what you call, he was staying in a charitable trust. So that student, he got need-based scholarships long before I have seen that case. So need-based scholarships are given to internationals, but I think numbers are not very high. But domestic students, they have an advantage of need-based scholarships.
Okay.
Our students, international, mainly Indian, they get merit-based scholarships like anything.
Okay. So you have a lot of experience, like you have 24 years of experience in counseling. From your experience, which countries are known to offer more scholarship opportunities to international students?
Now this is a very good question, but I will answer in parts. Firstly, scholarship should be considered as scholarship, means it should definitely reduce the tuition fees of that student than the budget of a student. There are certain universities which are very expensive, their cost of education is very high, and then they give a scholarship to the student and it reduces that fees. For example, generally student has a budget of $20,000 per year to study in America, and a university has a cost of $40,000, and then they give a scholarship of $10,000. So it reduces to 30. So still student is paying 10,000 more. Correct. So the student, that is not a scholarship for that student, like what we are talking about.
Exactly.
Okay. So every country has these techniques to use. So some countries are giving scholarship just to attract students, but in reality the fees are not getting reduced. And the second part of answer is like if it is really getting reduced, then yet it makes sense. I have seen America specifically giving generous scholarships, especially for their undergrad students. Again, specific universities, specific public funded universities, they give a lot of scholarships even to undergrad and postgrad students. Next to America, I have seen UK universities. I gave an example of Liverpool student.
Yes,
he
yes.
got 60% reduction. Many of my students get minimum 25% of reduction when they go to UK. Germany, for example, as you study in a government university, there are no tuition fees. So it should be considered as a full scholarship because you are not paying a tuition fee to the university. That means completely waived off. Okay, so Germany, for example. So I'll say US, UK, Germany, Canada, this popular destination, Australia. Australia has a lot of study grants to students and again up to 25%. So these are the popular countries which gives students scholarships. Every country, rather I will say, gives some forms of scholarships because scholarships encourage students to apply. And even that will, if they get one, their dream of studying abroad will get fulfilled. So I think scholarships are motivating for international students or students from India to apply to foreign universities. And we as an organization definitely help students to get maximum amount of scholarship he or she deserves. Because if we don't focus on the scholarship part, or our councils rather, they try very hard that a student gets scholarships. If you come to my office and talk to the people there, they will tell you that out of 10, 8 students of ours, they go on scholarships. Why? Because we have a research done on scholarships. And because of those researches, we can definitely tell the student, go to this university, you have a chance of getting this 50% reduction in the tuition fees. So that is something which is very important. Okay, so every country gives scholarships, but you should know where is money. Where is money and how you can get it. Then it will be a bullseye for a student, and he will get his dream come true of studying abroad.
Okay. Sir, would you like to give advice to the students who doesn't receive a scholarship? What practical options do they still have to manage the cost of studying abroad?
Not getting a scholarship and going abroad, entire tuition fee is coming on a student or a parent in this particular case. So firstly, you should look at the total tuition fees of that university. As I told you, 20,000 is a budget in the mind of student, and he gets into university and tuition fees are $18,000. So he can straight away go and start studying, because although he's not having that scholarship, but still then his budget 2,000 less is a total tuition fee or total budget of the university. If you are not having a scholarship, students should select the university where the living costs are less. For example, if you go to place like New York, Los Angeles, Miami, Florida, Dallas, Texas, London, big cities of the world, France, Paris, your living expenses are going to be very high. Plus you don't have a scholarship. So here I will recommend to go to some interior part of this country so that you will reduce on your living expenses. Thirdly, I will suggest that students to think about part-time work opportunities, because some country like Australia, for that reason, even Ireland, I have seen students earning the entire living expenses plus saving some forms of the amount for the fees also. So here student can support himself or herself by a part-time job. So students should be careful. If the scholarship is not there on paper, doesn't mean his dream has shattered. No, he or she can definitely still go abroad, but then they should analyze things properly. We do this post-admission analysis. I meet all my students when they have 5 admissions, 8 admissions, 6 admissions, because suppose a student is flying abroad in September, in month of March they will come to me and tell me, sir, I have 6 admissions. So we do this comparative analysis. So students tell me, I have scholarship from 4 universities, 3 are not giving. But many times we send him to those 3 universities because other factors are favorable. Exactly. Easy to get a part-time job, easy to get internships. So why to just go up to scholarships? But some places the scholarships are very generously given by the university. We tell them to finalize that. So scholarship is also a factor when student or parents, they come to me or come to us and they finalize, this is my university. That place also scholarship plays an important role, and even not scholarship, we will tell them other venues and still they go abroad.
Okay, by this almost all questions you cleared students like questions and give them insight, but still finally what is the right mindset students should have while preparing for scholarship? How should they balance hope and realism?
It's good question. When they are applying for the scholarship, now sometimes the scholarship application goes along with the university application when they apply at front in the beginning. Sometimes scholarship applications open after they get the admissions from the university. So whenever student is filling the application, student must be serious about that application. Firstly, he or she should have proper patience, because the application for scholarships can be lengthy. They will ask documentation, plus they ask for essays. Okay. Ideally, essay, why you need this scholarship, what difference it will happen if you get this scholarship, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, all these things are asked by the university. So we have seen many times students are not serious giving all this information, they just write some papers here and there and give. No, we make sure that student writes proper essays about all these scholarships, take some time. Way before deadline they start. Suppose the deadline of the scholarship is 1st March. We finish everything by 1st February and we apply. We apply properly for the scholarship. If your application goes correctly on time, then the chances will be very high. Okay. So students should be always positive, highly motivated, and every scholarships possible. Might be universities offering around 10 scholarships to a student. He should not hesitate to apply to all the 10 places.
Exactly.
Correct. So it's a hard work which will obviously pay. When we say I want a job, we cannot apply only one company for a job. We apply nowadays. I think I have heard people apply, like your generation people apply to 100 places also. At our time it was good. You apply to 5 companies, 3 will call you for the interview, you will get selected in 1. But now I think 100 you apply, you get 1 call. Interview call.
Market is very competitive.
But that doesn't mean application has become very easy. At our time, you have to write with hands. Now everything is on computer, AI, this, that. So apply one place, it goes to 100 places. Correct?
Exactly.
So, like similarly, you have to apply multiple places. You should not keep any stone unturned if you are really looking for the scholarships. And I have seen such good students, those who with me, everybody could get some form of funding, some form of scholarships. Okay. There are even scholarships which are offered by Indian government. Okay. Especially for the certain categories like scheduled caste, scheduled tribe scholarships, and many of my students got those scholarships also. Oh. Only thing is, there is again a timely manner. There is a advertisement which will come, then student has to go to the particular office, follow it up, and if they follow it up properly, they will get that scholarship. So it is not easy. Nobody is going to come your home. Government is not going to come at your home and tell, oh, you are going abroad, this is a scholarship. No, you will have to apply. You have to go to government office. Come on. It's important because you are not alone. There are hundreds of students who are going, and scholarship might be 50, 20. So you should, to get that scholarship, you should be doing hard work. And we make student do that hard work. We never say we got student scholarship. Student only gets the scholarship, but we make him or her work harder towards that scholarship. And that makes the difference. That is what I believe.
Thank you so much, sir. That gives a very clear picture, sir. One thing becomes obvious here, scholarships are helpful, but they are not automatic. They are reward, preparation, planning and strong profiles, not last minute expectations. Now before students start checking scholarship portals, let's move to a quick rapid fire round. So my first question is it easy to get a scholarship for study abroad? Yes or no?
Yes, it is easy.
Do scholarship usually cover living expenses? Yes or no?
No, they will not cover living expenses.
Okay. British Council scholarships are for USA or UK?
UK.
Okay. DAD scholarship is for Germany or Australia?
Germany.
Okay. Do scholarship include airfare cost? Yes or no?
No, scholarship will not cover the travel expenses.
Okay. Which level has more chances of scholarship, UG or PG?
UG, undergrad students. Students going after 12th standard to abroad, they have better chances of scholarships.
Okay. Scholarships are only for local student? Yes or no?
No, it is for everyone, including international and Indian students too.
Okay. Sir, what do you think? Which is the right timeline? Do you refer students to start for scholarships or admission to get a great scholarships?
Okay. So a student has to be on time or before time. Application rounds are there for every universities. For example, we consider a student applying for September 2026 intake now. Student has to finish the applications by February so that he or she will get admits before April. And then you have those 5 months with you to hunt for those scholarships. Okay. Because the deadlines are open till June. So a student can apply, a primary application can even go in May. But then in that case, application will go in May. Outcomes will come in July, and then student has to prepare for the visa. He or she will not have time to apply for those scholarships. As I already told in my previous answers, that it's a time-taking process and it's a hard work. It's not easy. So student needs time for preparations of those scholarship documents and everything. So early application is the key. I start with the student 1 year before, like September 25, I started with many students. Many of them, they have admissions in hand, and many of them, they have even applied for scholarships also now.
Yeah. Okay. So can we say if you are apply early, there is more probability to get a scholarship?
If you apply early, any country, your chances for scholarships will be many times higher.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing such practical and honest insight. This discussion clarity shows that scholarships should be viewed as supporting tools, not the foundation of study abroad plan. For students and parents listening in, the key takeaway is a simple: plan your study abroad journey, assuming you will self-manage costs, but prepare your profile in a way that scholarship become a strong possibility. This brings us to the end of session of Study Abroad Gyan. We will meet you again in the next episode with another important topic related to studying abroad. Thank you so much for listening. Stay tuned.
Thank you.